Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Amakobi, aka Twinkle Peke. And with me today is
Basil Kachi, and the short form of Kachi is like Kachi. I think that's the full name, and the short form is Kachi. So, but I'm popularly known and addressed as Catchman. Yeah, that's my
that's
brother.
very interesting. Catchman. So
Yes.
you can hear him, right? Catchman. Catch him anytime you see him, okay? Well, I'm so happy to have him on my channel today. You know, this is the first time I'm having my guest, and something made us to do this. Ladies, you are the reason, you are the inspiration for today's video. So thumbs up to you guys. And the topic? The discussion we have today is all about formal way of communication. You know,
Yeah.
ladies frown at men that are always formal. I guess it will explain better though because it's the inspiration.
Okay. We've come to see some certain things and come to experience things also. Then we understand that there are things you do normally, and some lady frown at it. Even we as humans, we frown at it. So sometimes we'll be like, you just having a conversation with your tight friend, your close friend, and the person started speaking English, just like, let's just say this Nigeria now, and you'll be like, how far guy now? What is this up? And I'll be like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm cool. You'll be like, what's wrong with this guy? So, but there are some places this formality just have to be there, because I see that being formal really improve your vocabulary, your communication skill. And at some point also, you just have to limit it when you're like close to friends. Now, I have a friend of mine who was complaining about a female friend of his that was complaining that he's been too formal just because he doesn't abbreviate words when they are typing on WhatsApp, things like that.
I heard this for the first time today actually, and that caught my attention. Now you see why we are making this video.
Yeah, at that point, you want to judge by saying that the guy shouldn't be that formal. This can be. It just depend on the relationship you have with the person. So you tell if you are to be using abbreviation or not. But the thing is, excessive abbreviations will lead to poor communication skill.
Exactly.
So you just have to limit the way you make use of abbreviations when typing, because this thing has to do with your brain
and your writing skills.
And your writing skill, yeah. Because anything that has to do with the spoken words will first come from your brain. So if you're writing and you're not writing properly, it will affect the way you speak.
I agree with him.
Now, if you're not spelling your words correctly, it's so sure and obvious that you won't pronounce words correctly. Because when it comes to oral English, the way you spell words, some of them are not actually the way you pronounce them
at all.
So when you abbreviate word, you will not know the right pronunciation. Just like the way we say market. Normally in oral you hear something like market. You get?
Yeah.
So when you start spelling MKT, in your mindset already know is market. So that's just one thing. It leads to poor communication skill, and not to affect your friendship, your relationship with people. You should mind the way you use this, and also make these people understand that this is why you're doing it. It's just part of you. It's not like you're trying to show off or something, because people would think you're just trying to show off.
I was let me add something to this, because personally it's affecting me. I find it hard to communicate in pure English because people here, they're always speaking pidgin, and I love the sound of it. So I was like, I must learn how to speak pidgin English. But honestly, guys, it's actually messing up my English. It's actually messing up. Sometimes when I speak, I don't know whether I ask myself, are you speaking in pidgin or are you speaking English? I mean, it's actually a very big problem. And I understand even that abbreviation. That was a time my boss gave me a transcript to write, a transcript of court proceedings. So I noticed that I will not write ABT. So you see, it actually affects. And then when you ask him, like, what are you doing? You don't know that this is an official document. Go and rewrite it. So it does affect. But what I don't know is why women frown at guys that use it. For me, I'm okay with it too. I'm okay with it.
Okay. Yeah, we like what you just mentioned. I made that mistake in my exam. I was writing an abbreviated. It was when my brain was relaxed. I was trying to go over what I've written. You know, in exam, they always tell you, even lecturer will tell you that
That's true.
whenever you're writing an exam and you want to submit, before you do that, go over what you've written. I was seeing that I was abbreviating words where I was trying to make an explanation to some things. I was like, this thing is really affecting me. That was the day I stopped. Like I limit the way I abbreviate words when when I'm typing or chatting with a friend. So why do lady frown at guy
Good question.
that's that are being too formal? Okay, one thing is ladies don't like you being like they thought you showing off. That's just the word I'm going to use here.
For me,
Now,
if you are too formal, I would think you are being too serious.
You're being too serious, yeah. So that's being too serious. You're trying to show off. You are trying to like, hey, I can speak English. I can. But they, especially when they want this relationship with you, and this intimate relationship, and you're being too formal, they'll be like, I cannot really cope with this person.
I can't play with this guy.
Yeah. So
I can't crack joke with this guy.
I can't crack joke with this guy. This one is too serious and all that. So
these are the office man.
You should just understand the kind of, if I have like my friends, my female friends, I don't really do much of being too formal. Even when I'm doing it, they'll be laughing because they'll be like, what's this one doing? Like, what are you trying to show? Who are you trying to feel? What are you feeling like? You want to show us now that you can speak or stuff like that? No, I just limit because I want to maintain that. I want to maintain that relationship.
And then people will tell you, please, English is not our language. You know that kind of thing. Of course, English is not our language, but then we can't say that it is not our official language. Yeah. So in as much as we try to be playful with words, it's actually very important to be careful. Anything done in excess is bad.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, just anything that you just make sure that there is moderation in whatever you're doing. Whether if you're on WhatsApp, see, when you're linked, let's take for example, I think when it comes to social media, right? I think that every app can direct on whether to use that kind of short or formal way of writing. Because if you go to LinkedIn, there are things that are expected of you in LinkedIn. There are things you cannot do on Facebook, on Instagram that you do on LinkedIn. No, now, come on.
In order not to be too serious or too formal, if you're chatting with a client or a business partner, you can maintain your formality. That one is fine. Like, you can't be chatting with your boss and be doing all this informal stuff. No. That way you show your formality, you express yourself, you write in cool sentence, in full sentence and all. Makes sense, you understand. But when it comes to your very close friend, and another thing is, please, if you're meeting somebody for the first time, don't use informal and abbreviate words. Please, if you're meeting somebody for the first time, and maybe you're trying to chat up somebody, you just got the person contact, or you're trying to chat up somebody, you don't know who that person is. It doesn't make sense.
Come on.
Do you understand?
Don't
Come up with good afternoon, good morning, just greeting for the day.
Introduce yourself.
Then introduce yourself. And there's one thing again that people are really complaining about. You come into somebody's DM for the first time, you just good morning, hey, and you went off. No. Explain why you're there. Explain the reason. You just got somebody's contact. The person doesn't even know you, and you're just coming to write hi and went off. Sometimes they will just ignore your message. It's not because they were waiting for you to introduce yourself.
Sometimes even ask them who are you. They will not answer. They will not answer. Like, who is this person? And I think a lot of times they get these numbers from all these groups. Someone just go to group, randomly get someone's number, and hey, who is hey?
Who is hey?
Is hey someone's name? I mean, like, hey, I saw your number, so and so place. I would like to know you more.
I'm so person. Yeah.
Before, even though it's a WhatsApp platform, but at that point, you need to be formal.
Some people are just so scared of typing, and WhatsApp is really not helping us. Let me be sincere. And now they brought out Facebook a voice status, so people can't even type again. too lazy
Wow.
to do that.
Voice status. I'm hearing
Yes.
that for the first time more. You
They
see?
have this voice status now from business WhatsApp, even iPhone now does it.
Wow.
So you don't type, you just say it in word and upload it to just be there. Somebody can play it like where you send a voice note to someone. So it will be on your status.
Okay,
So
okay, you mean voice notes.
voice note now on your status. That's voice status. Instead of typing or doing video, you can
On
now,
status, like
yes,
WhatsApp status.
yes.
Really?
You can do that. You see,
I don't know anything of it.
so people
Oh,
come
God.
now, they don't type again, they'll just be saying
Ah.
nonsense. And when you hear them speak, when you hear their intonation, you understand that yes, they have issue with writing.
More technology. You see, in the days of our fathers, even though they cannot speak English or write very well, they prefer writing. We cannot.
Yeah, writing has been the best form of communication ever since the old, and I know now we want speaking. Even when you go, they tell you to come to interview, you have to defend yourself. I know of a graduate that went for an interview. She can speak English very well,
Wow.
but they told her to write something and she was messing up. That was how she lost
Messing
the
up
interview.
in which way? Like sentences she was not writing correctly, she
they,
was abbreviating, or
no, they told like a word.
she cannot make constructive sentence.
She can speak. There are people who can speak but can't read.
There are people who can write but cannot even read. That's what I don't understand.
So
how can you write and you cannot read what you wrote? Make it make sense.
That was her problem. She can speak English. Now they brought a written sentence for her to read. Because she has not been writing, she cannot read. So writing and reading goes in line.
Yes.
But important. Speaking is something you can develop. You can see people, like you can watch video, hear people speak. But when you read, when you read, that's why they always say read and write. That word goes together.
Yeah.
Because as you're writing, you are reading
it. And that is
There's
why
no way
I
you
still
can
don't
write without
understand.
reading.
How can people say, I can write, but I can't read? Guy, how did you manage to know what you're writing? Like how? If anyone can explain this thing, please. I really need an explanation to that. Because I don't see how you can say, I can write. I understand I can write, but I can't read. Who told you what you are writing? Who gave you that inspiration? I mean, how did you know what you are writing? How? Man, well, this. I just really just make this video because I believe that it will help someone, people like me, because now I'm trying to adjust back to my formal way of behavior, use of English. I can see that learning this pidgin is not my destiny. Let me just.
No,
say
it's not like it's not your
It's
destiny.
I'm finding it so hard. People still laugh at me. I'm tired of learning how to speak pidgin English. I'm really tired.
Why we learn why we learn different languages? It's not because they are making you less of yourself. You just have to control it. Now you're using it for communication purposes.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Not everywhere you go, they understand this English. You can't go to a native town where people are mostly villagers and not too exposed to modern civilization. You can't go there and be speaking English. They'll just be looking at you. Now, if you see someone who is less educated and knows how to speak pidgin, this is when you introduce your pidgin. Just like when you're going for outreach or you're going for, you understand? Yeah. So these are things you need to know. Like maybe you're going for community outreach and you get there, you meet old people, but you see someone who at least they can understand pidgin, but they can't
understand
speak
pure English.
Yes, you have someone who understands their language, and when they speak, they interpret to you, then you speak in pidgin they hear. Now, the best way to win somebody is not by, I don't like the use of interpreter. The best way to win someone is by direct communication.
That's true, because that interpreter may not even
interpret well. Yes. Because now this person, like I was saying something before that words and feelings goes together. That is why chatting does not really give the in-depth meaning of what you're saying.
I love this point. I keep telling people, you cannot tell me that I should be chatting. Guy, Call me. I prefer you call me. Let's talk it out. I can understand you better because you don't expect me to use my feelings to be reading what you wrote
Yeah,
and expect
yeah.
me to understand you. It's best you talk to me. At least when I hear your voice, I can interpret how you feel and I know how to follow you up.
Yeah.
But chatting, no, I don't believe that emotions and feelings can be
You
communicated
can't
properly.
communicate. Yeah, no, I can't.
I don't
You
believe
can't.
so.
That's why most of the times when we're chatting with people, we use our own description to add feelings to those words. There was a time I was using my laptop. I was actually filling the form online while I was working. So I was my laptop was on caps, capital
Yes.
letters. So immediately I saw the person's message, a friend of mine. I replied,
Yes.
not having that consciousness that I'm still on caps. And
Oh,
I wanted to be fast, and I don't want to leave this person feeling like
you did not
I'm
answer him.
snubbing
Yeah.
him. You
I
understand?
get.
So I needed to reply the message and go back to what I was doing. So I replied with cap. It was actually a lady. They have this.
I don't
So
know.
you know how they see meanings to
I,
things.
I,
So
I don't
immediately
know
I
about that. So.
replied and went off.
Ladies, I'm on
The
your side. I
next
don't
thing that
understand.
comes up was, you are shouting. Why are you shouting at me? I was like,
But text,
text.
she could communicate.
Yes,
Are you serious?
like the lady was like, why are you shouting at me? Like she
Wow.
wrote it. I said, I didn't shout. She said, but your letterings were on caps. I said the caps does not really bring. I wasn't
Communicate
shouting here. I'm
feelings.
walking. Oh, I'll be shouting. Do you offended me? Have we been saying anything that leads to that? He said no, but you shouldn't be using caps. I said fine. I'm sorry for using that. I said, when did caps become shouting on WhatsApp or on chat? He said that's the meaning. I said, wow. So we have now added
Wow.
feelings, emotions to our letterings, you know.
Yeah.
So you can't really tell. And you will see somebody chatting with you and the person is dying. The person is sad. And you are hearing, how are you? The person replies, I'm
Yes,
fine.
I'm fine. Thank you.
So you see, communication is lagging when it comes to typing.
Exactly.
When it comes to, social media communications is lagging a lot.
And tomorrow when you hear the person is in the hospital, oh, but I just had a chat with this person. I talked to this person. You did not talk. You did not talk. Actually, you read a message, not that you talked to the person.
This one just even happened today, sir. A friend of mine just told me I've been sick for the past 3 weeks.
Wow. Wow.
And she has been online, posting on WhatsApp, posting songs, writing the joy of the Lord is my strength and all the rest of them, motivational stuff, even telling people about how to go about their day lives and all. I once have a friend also who was a suicider.
Wow.
It was when the person opened up to me that I feel like just committing suicide. I was like, hey, but I just saw your status. I said, I'm passing through a lot. So we need to just pick up phone one time and call these people we are chatting with and really know how they're doing.
I agree with him. When I had accident last year, I was actually in pain. I remember I was going to the local bone setter that day. Deep down, I was in pain. I was crying. Even before getting there, my sisters they woke up many times at night to check up on me. And each time they wake up, I'm awake because I was in pain. I'm yet to feel the pain for that day, but the pain I felt the day before kept me awake. But you know what I did? I picked up my phone and I did TikTok. I was laughing and dancing. But people were just so unaware that I was in pain. In fact, I was not making use of my legs at that point. I couldn't walk. So honestly, in as much as we try to be formal in everything, it's good to be informal, because if you are formal, someone that is in that kind of mood will not
open up to you.
Yes, the person will not open up to you.
That's why I said you have to
This one is
manage
too
it.
serious.
You just need to know how to manage these things.
Exactly.
You need to know when to be formal. You need to know when to be informal. You can't be too formal to me every time and you expect me to open up to you, because I see you as this kind of serious person that doesn't really, to win somebody, you have to be informal, kind of. Because even if I go to communication out, like what I was saying, if you go for community outreach, you can't be formal to these people and they will be free with you.
And they'll be free at all.
They'll just say, Professor Lily and stuff like that,
You see, that's why a lot of people don't talk to lawyers.
Yes.
They'll first of all prefer counselors before coming to lawyers.
Because these people understand your feeling.
Yeah.
So first, let's know how to, First of all, you are being formal to know a stranger, but when you get to know this person and you become close, be informal. You understand?
Yes.
Balance your
Balance it.
communication. Balance it. Don't be one-sided. Don't do things too many. You understand?
Exactly.
Like being too formal, too many, it becomes
Okay.
it becomes like you're showing off or something, and you're being too informal. It looks as if you are not educated or
Yeah,
something.
that you are never serious
You're
in your
never
life.
serious in your life and stuff.
Exactly.
So
You're never
always know
serious.
when to. You
Strike the
understand?
balance.
Yeah, strike a balance with your communication.
Oh,
Strike a balance, so it won't affect your life.
exactly.
You understand? And the way you relate with people,
Exactly.
because your informality brings people,
Exactly.
close to you. Your formality really
Yes,
addressed in
business,
nature, your business,
contacts.
your contact, and all.
Yes.
You understand? So maintain this. Everybody is important.
Yeah.
So everybody, you can't say you want to lose a business partner because you are too informal, and you
Can't say you want to lose a
lose your friend
friend
because you are too
because
formal.
too formal.
So balance your life. Let communication. Communication is best, but the thing they didn't teach us in school is how to balance this thing.
Balance it.
They'll just tell you, you need to know I think the 4 types of communication: writing, listening, reading, all these things. But they didn't tell you how to balance them. Even some schools will tell you there is no this thing vulgars like pigeons. They don't accept them in school. But you see friends who are too close. How will I see my friend that we are in the same neighborhood and we are in the same school, and you are expecting me to be doing Tunde, do you know that?
Like, who is this guy talking to me?
Like, even if we are in school, because this thing creates bonds.
Yeah.
Informal, when you being informal with your friend, your close friends, it creates bonds.
Even when we're in primary school, they will tell you informal letters are for friends, for family. The informal letters are for people.
This is where you use the guy word, have fun now. How you
hey,
hey guy, what's up? These are the informals because you're being taught, because it's there. They are for friends, they are for close relatives, But you can't be using hey guy for a manager. You want to apply, say hey guy, I want to apply to your company, so you have some vacancy like that. You don't use these things. So just strike a balance.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and comment in the comment section below. So we'll come your way next time. It is me, it is I, Amakobi, aka Twinkle Peki, and this is Comments Banter with Twinkle Peki. Stay safe, stay blessed. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.